Cancer, this is your quick and general reading. And we are doing a full moon spread. Now, Cancer, you won't believe it. This is my third attempt at getting your recording out. The first attempt was disastrous. My voice came out like, something like a robot, like a computer-generated voice for some strange reason. And then the second time, the video did not come up. So, I've never been this impacted by the Mercury retrograde. So yeah, it's been challenging trying to get the readings out. So I've been, stuck at your reading for a few days now. So I hope, fingers crossed, I hope that this one, comes out. So anyway, we're going to do a 5-card spread. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Shamala and I am a spiritual teacher and intuitive therapist. Okay, in the work that I do, I sometimes use the cards as a way to help my clients get in touch with their inner essence, or to get in touch with the shadow self, especially if they have no awareness, right? And of course, I offer tarot readings as well to people who like a personalized reading. So the one here today is general reading. So take what resonates and drop the rest. So we're doing a 5-card spread. I'm going to put this aside, and we are going to use this deck as clarifier or to get more information. And we are going to use this to get message from spirit. So we'd like to please give us a message from spirit for the sign of Cancer for this particular reading. Now, the full moon is coming up on the 30th and 31st August, depending on where you're located in the world. So it's coming up, right, in a few days' time. Pretty exciting energies. Oops, what did I do? Why did I flip this? Never mind. We will look at this, and then we will pick another one. Okay, I'm going to cover that. Out of habit, right? Okay, so let's look at the first card that we have. The first card represents the energies of the full moon for you, and it's the Hangman. So what is happening, Cancer, is that you are going to get a different perspective of your life or a particular situation in general. I feel also that many of you are surrendering. So this is a surrendering card as well, surrendering energy. You might have been fighting with something for so hard and for too long that you have decided that you are going to surrender. You're going to let the universe do the work, because you have, been working really hard. You put in so much effort, and you feel right now like you're knocking, your head against the wall kind of thing, right? So you are surrendering, and then surrendering to the energies of Page of Swords. Page of Swords, it's about being vigilant and keeping communications open, being alert, waiting for inspiration, right? So if you are creative, Cancer, then you are truly waiting for some inspiration to take you, and you are going to get it, right? Because the Ace of Wands represents inspiration. This is like, energies don't lie, right? And for the past 2 readings that I've done for you, I mean, the reason why I don't mind starting over if the recording doesn't turn out is that I know that the messages are going to be consistent. So very similar kind of energies also in your first 2 readings. So here, Ace of Wands, inspiration, you're going to get, really inspired with new projects. Some of you may even be taking a break, like in between jobs, and you are going to get a new job offer, very inspiring, feeling very ignited, and you know that it's going to take you further. You're going to have a lot of growth coming in, and this, full moon brings in a lot of hope for you. I like the energies. You are almost renewing your level of enthusiasm for life, for work, for some of you, even in your relationships, family life as well. Okay, Cancer? Very nice energies coming in. Okay, now we're going to look at the second card. Second card is going to tell us the lessons that you need to learn, or lessons being presented. Oh my God, I kid you not, this is in the same exact position as your previous reading, right? Queen of Cups. Okay, so lesson you need to learn is to I feel you're entering into a phase of emotional awakening. Now, Cancer, you are a water sign, you are an emotional sign. However, there is a tendency for you to numb your emotions because you do get overwhelmed by emotions. And when you're numbing to your emotions, you realize that you can't really feel, right? And you can't really feel joy, you can't really feel happiness even because you have numbed yourself. So the lesson here for you, the full moon is bringing in very interesting lessons. It's about emotional awakening. So you're awakening to a more, I would say, a more mature aspect of yourself on the emotional level. And the Queen of Cups also represents the energies of compassion and intuition. So you are developing deeper compassion. And I feel that compassion is called or is needed for a particular situation in your life right now. You may be feeling a little bit challenged, and you have to dig deep into the compassion to be able to express that. And when you do that, you find that it gives you a sense of stability. It gives you a sense of almost like you feel greater confidence coming in. You experience a sense of self-worth as well, right? So this Nine of Pentacles is really a card of achievement. I feel for you, it is, even though Nine of Pentacles is a very earthly kind of energy, right? It's about earthly life. But for you, I feel that it is a sense of achievement for you on the emotional level, right? So, but obviously you need to put in the effort. Yeah, it's not going to come automatically. Maturity doesn't just, it's not magic where it happens. You need to put in the work. All right. And that would mean addressing unresolved emotional issues, looking at things that you have not worked through yet, and work through them, right? Work with someone, work with a therapist, work with a coach, work with a mentor, work with someone to work through some of the emotional baggage that you're still carrying. And you have the support of the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is all about courage, right? And about being free from the clutches of limited emotional range. When you're numb, you find that your emotional range or ability to feel emotions becomes so limited. And when there is limitation there, it also limits your creative energies. All right. I feel like we need one more here for you, Cancer. Let's see. We have one more. Okay, we're gonna look at this King of Swords. Yeah. Again, this is a card that came up in your previous two readings, and this is about how important it is for you to stick with integrity and morality. Now, we're not saying that you don't have morals. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that whenever there is a tendency for you to be closed up in your emotional expression or emotional range, there's a tendency for you to compromise on your morals. And I mean, this could be small things. They're not major things. And when you compromise on your morals, you come up with a logical reason as to why it is okay for you to do that. Now, obviously, this does not apply to every single one of you, but I feel that for most of you, you know what I'm talking about, right? So you compromise on your personal morals, you act out of integrity, and mostly because this is due to the lack of emotional range that you have. So it's either a fight or flight kind of emotional expression that that you get into when you find yourself stuck in situations, or you find yourself in a situation where you need more attention or need more love. Then there's a tendency for you to go into that kind of mode. Now, King of Swords has appeared to remind you that no matter what happens, no matter how insecure you experience in life, no matter how knocked over you may be by life, never compromise your morals. Always stay in integrity, right? The King of Swords is a very powerful energy. It's a great reminder asking you to exercise greater self-discipline and to really hang in there and go deep into your emotions. Don't be afraid of how you're feeling, because emotional awakening requires you to go deeper into understanding how you are as an emotional person. All right, very important here. Okay, so let's look at the third card. The third card is about a cycle in your life that's coming to completion. So Two of Cups. Two of Cups basically means sharing and togetherness. I feel like this particular card represents a certain connection that you may have with some people, an organization, maybe even your job, right? Yeah, that's coming to completion. So you are maybe either leaving that job, you're leaving certain social circles, you're leaving, some of you, it may be a little bit more challenging where you may be leaving long-term relationship, and it could be a marriage for some of you. So that cycle is coming to a completion. I also have to say that when we talk about marriage a cycle coming to an end or coming to completion, it could also mean that you and your partner have reached a point of a different level of maturity. You have, like here, you are experiencing emotional awakening, and that cycle has ended. And that means that you're going to enter a new phase of growth with your partner where there is greater love, there is a depth to your maturity in your relationship, which is very, very positive, right? So Cancer, I would like you to use your intuition and to also be discerning as to how this message applies to you, right? Now, every single card here is all subjected to interpretation. And so you have to be open-minded to see how this relates to you, right? So when I say marriages coming to an end, coming to completion, it does not mean that, your marriage is going to end. Sometimes it just means cycles, right? So only you know how it applies to your life. And it's so important to be discerning and not take the messages literally, okay? And this is how tarot is. This is how energy readings are. So you have to be, discerning about this. Plus, this is a general reading. In a personalized reading, usually, the client and I will have a discussion. And when we draw this card, for example, then questions will be asked. And then we go deeper into what this would mean for the client. Okay. But in this situation, obviously, I cannot do this. So I don't want people to jump the gun and start saying that, are you telling me that my marriage is going to end in divorce, blah, 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 right? That's not what it means. Very nice. So you got the sun as well in your previous readings. So here it appears, as if on cue. What is showing us is, the sun energy. This is the most positive energy on the tarot deck. And so when you enter this new cycle, right, you come to an end of one cycle, you enter into a new cycle, it's going to be full of positive energies. So even if you're experiencing a bad breakup or leaving a job that you really like, and somehow for whatever reason you have to leave the job, know that the new cycle you're entering into is going to be very, very positive, right? You may not feel it right now, but it's going to be that way for you. So be open, right? Be open in your mind. And we have 4 of Cups. Be open and not to feel like you have been left behind, not to feel, 4 of Cups, tells us that this is what you're feeling. You're feeling discontent, energies of melancholy, but at the same time, it's good to take this time for re-evaluation, because then you get a better sense of where you are. Spend the time in quiet contemplation as well. All right, as you end one cycle and enter into a new cycle. Now let's look at the 4th card, and this is about a part of your life that needs nourishment. And we have here 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. And I feel here that this is a part that may be lacking a little bit. So you might want to evaluate, like, how have you been maybe always giving and not receiving, or it could be the other way around, where you're always receiving but not giving. There has to be a two-way traffic kind of energies before energies can flow much more effectively for you, okay? So do spend some time to think about this. What is it that, you need to learn from this giving? Okay, so so we have a death card. So this particular cycle where this particular thing where you are stopping the flow of energies is coming to an end, and you need to put it to an end. Death is about putting something to an end and, reigniting something anew. And big changes are coming. So ask yourself, how are you keeping things in balance? Are you, as I've said, if you are receiving but not giving, this has to change, right? The change is necessary in order for you to come into greater flow with the universe, because if you're constantly receiving but not giving back, so giving back can come in so many different forms, right? I mean, this could be pertaining to relationships, this could be about family life, this could be about work life, and even friendships, right? So if you find that people are leaving your life, you're losing friends, for example, you might want to ask yourself, okay, what is happening? Am I being like an energy vampire, taking energy from other people but not giving back? Am I being selfish in how I am interacting with people, right? So all of these are very good inner contemplative questions. Now, I'm not saying that this is what you are actually doing, I'm not saying that you're truly being selfish. I'm just saying that these are good examples of questions that you can use for quiet contemplation, so that you get a better idea of where you are and why is it that, maybe certain aspects of your life is not flowing properly. Then you need to measure, right? You look at this scale here, this balancing scale is all about that. Okay, maybe you can't see. Let me just bring it closer. See this balancing scale, okay? It's saying that you do need to bring things into balance. There's something off balance at the moment. So death to the old, letting go, right, of what doesn't serve. And let's get another card. And we have here 5 of Cups. Okay, so this has to do with some of you are aware of what you may have done, and it's causing you to feel a sense of regret, causing you to feel a little bit disappointed, right? Sense of loss, sadness even. So it's time to make that correction. And nothing wrong in acknowledging that, okay, I made a mistake. Now I'm going to, make the adjustments and get back in the flow. So, I mean, if it is friendship that, you may have wronged someone or someone wronged you, it's okay to apologize, ask forgiveness, and start again, allow the old energies to die. Or you could simply decide that this may not be a friendship that you want to keep anymore, in whatever direction it may have gone, and then start anew, right? Find new friends. Okay, now let's look at the 5th card. 5th card here represents what you need to do to connect with your highest potential. You got this also in your previous 2 readings. So 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork and collaboration. So you do need to look for people that you can work together. So if this is about your career, definitely look for a team that you can work together. If it's about personal life and personal growth, know that you can't grow alone. No one can grow alone. We are not an island. So you do maybe need to work with a mentor, a coach, or a therapist to get yourself, in order. You got this as well, all right, in your previous reading. The Chariot is about take action now. If you want to move forward in your growth, you need to take fast action almost. Have some willpower, not to delay, not to procrastinate, okay, when it comes to working. And then you have the Moon, right? So with full moon energy, we're coming to an end of, coming to completion. So one of the things that will come up for you is, there will be a lot of shadow energies, like your own stuff coming up to the surface to allow you to see much more clearly what's been going on. All right. So the moon energies is about, it's going to reveal. At the moment it's hidden, but I feel the full moon is going to reveal a lot of things that you may not have been aware before, and it's going to come up. I feel it's good because, when we want to grow, it's better to know than not to know, right? And sometimes knowing something is not so nice. It doesn't feel very good. But it's still, overall, in the grand scheme of things, it's so much better to know so that you're much more empowered. All right, Cancer. Now, so far, if this resonates, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I would request for an energy exchange in the sense of, if you enjoyed this, please return the favor to me by commenting, liking, or subscribing. your interaction with the videos helps a lot to keep the algorithm going so that it makes it sustainable for me to continue to do the readings for you. All right. So appreciate your participation in this. So, when I flipped the card earlier on, so let's read this one. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again, I choose love. This card really, is talking about everything that we have said, right? Whenever we are limited, we are choosing fear. So you are now choosing love, right? And that's the core value of this particular card and the core message. Let's see here, message from Spirit. Oh my God, look at this. I choose to learn through love. Almost identical messages, right? And this is a little bit mind-blowing. I choose to learn through love. I recognize I've chosen fear and I choose again, I choose love. All right. And I want you to know that this deck of cards, it's not just all talking about love. See, they're all different. But you, for some reason, you have chosen 2 cards talking about choosing love. Okay, Cancer? So love, we're not talking about romantic love, yeah? We're talking about divine love. We're talking about what is the opposite of fear consciousness? It's love, right? It's love consciousness, is to be much more open to love consciousness and to operate from that level. So Cancer, I wish you the best, and I keep my fingers crossed that this recording is going to turn out fine. I'll see you again. Take care and God bless.